My religious mother-in-law wanted me to convert to Christianity despite being Muslim if I want to marry her son, so I blasted her on social media. My mother-in-law never liked me since the day she met me, and it was very clear that I am Muslim and true to my faith. My boyfriend at the time told her I was Muslim when I was coming to meet her the first time, and she made a pork dish, then claimed she had no idea Muslims did not eat pork. This could have been excusable, if the next time I came over she didn't ask me not to wear my hijab over at her house because it disrespected Christ. I was taken aback and awkwardly laughed, thinking it was some sort of joke, but it was not. Coming over to her twice turned out to be enough for me, and I talked to my boyfriend about it, and he agreed I did not have to come over to hers ever again. His mother was of course offended, and managed to guilt-trip me with crocodile tears and fake promises. Despite my better judgment I gave her another chance, and this turned out to be my downfall. She was actually okay for about a full year. The most she ever did was make a joke or two about bombs. As a Muslim I have become so accustomed to these jokes I sometimes laugh at them myself. I think my future mother-in-law took this as a sign to push things further, and on one occasion decided to sneak pork into a dish of mine. I noticed her doing this and confronted her about it, and she was very stumped. I informed my boyfriend of this and we left the home. I then told him I wanted to go no contact with her. I would not deny him permission to speak to his mom, but I wanted no part in it. He agreed, and for the next year his mother did not seem to make an effort to reach out to me. Then my boyfriend proposed and things really went south. A few months after my proposal, my fiancé sat me down and told me my future mother-in-law had a request. She said that this was non-negotiable if I wanted to marry her son. I asked him what her request was, and he said she demands I get baptized, denounce Islam and convert to Christianity. I actually laughed and asked him if he was actually serious. If this senile woman actually thought I was going to do that, and he said she was serious about this. I told him to tell her to shove her Christianity where the sun don't shine. He laughed and hugged me, saying he 100% supports my decision and will stick by me no matter what his mother tries. Well, it seems like my fiancé took my words literally, and verbatim told his mother I told her to stick it where the sun don't shine. I don't know much context as to what conversation was had between them, but all I know is that yesterday things took a huge turn for the worse and it was the most aggressive confrontation I have ever had with my future mother-in-law. My fiancé was at work, and my mother-in-law drove over to my house looking angrier than a Plants v Zombies squash nut. She barged on the door, and I made the mistake of letting her in. She came in and instantly yelled, asking me how dare I disrespect Christianity and telling her to stick it where the sun don't shine. I chuckled, and she got in my face asking what's so funny about it. I told her what's funny is that she, a senile and clueless woman, telling me how to live my life. She then told me that she is telling me how to live in the purest way possible. We went back and forth, and at the end she put her foot down and told me that either I convert or the wedding is not happening. I told her in that case she will not be invited, and she lost it. Saying, I will be invited. Or I'll just turn up an object. I don't care you're converting. I told her to stop acting crazy, and she told me she will when I convert. She then added she will not have her son marry a smelly foreigner, and that was all it took for me to completely lose it on her. I went on a long rant about how this is the reason her ex-husband left her, her attitude towards me is disgusting and the only reason her son stays in her life despite her abusing me, is the fact that he feels terribly sorry for her and her pathetic self. She left in tears after I said this, on her way out claiming she will make sure I convert. I called my fiancé and explained what happened. By the time he came home there was already a Facebook post up, made by my future mother-in-law, about how terrible of a daughter-in-law I am. She left out any context, and only posted what I said to her and how terrible it made her feel. This of course led to many family members bombarding my fiancé and I. As a response, we made a post of our own describing all of the racism I have faced at the hands of his mother, and everyone who is siding with her is supporting racism and Islamophobia. The messages of apologies came in, and we clarified in another post that my future mother-in-law was not to attend the wedding, and if anyone has any objections to this they are not welcome either. I thought that was that until today. My fiancé called me from work and told me he thought a lot about it and wanted to consider inviting his mother to the wedding. He wants to talk about it when he's home and I'm praying that he's joking.